gonna stay.
Two structures remaining that was hand-built and lived in by a former U.S. president. All the artifacts there, the cannons, the Gatling gun, stagecoach, and covered wagon are all authentic from that time period back in the mid-1850s. The cabin wasn't always where you see it now. In fact, it moved around a few places in St. Louis at the end of last century. At one point, it was on top of Art Hill. In 1904, it was at the World's Fair as a display in Forest Park. In the back, you will kind of get a glimpse of our ostriches, and in the forefront left here are our black-buck antelope. Well, the zebras and ostriches, you may wonder why they're kept in these enclosures. As it turns out, they are very territorial. First feature off to your right is 7-acre Muir Lake. Muir Lake is a natural freshwater lake, home to many species of fish and waterfowl. Across Grant Road off to your left is the U.S. Grant National Historic Site. This site is ran by the National Park Service and is the location of Whitehaven. Whitehaven is the ancestral home of Colonel Frederick Dent, who would become Ulysses Grant's father-in-law. Our story begins back in 1843 when Ulysses Grant was stationed down at Jefferson Barracks in South St. Louis County. He would often take the day's ride by horseback up Gravois Road up to this area to visit his former roommate and friend Frederick Dent Jr. They spent time together at West Point. And it was during those visits when Grant met Frederick's sister Julia. And in 1848 they got married. As their wedding present to the happy couple, the Dent family gave them 80 acres of land in this area, which is part of now Grant's farm. It was also about that time when Adolphus Busch immigrated here from Germany. Adolphus would meet and marry Lily Anheuser in 1861. Lily's father, Eberhard, ran a small brewery in downtown St. Louis, and Adolphus started working with her. Over time, Adolphus Busch would become the founder and CEO of Anheuser Busch, the largest brewery in the world, featuring Budweiser, the king of beers. Wait until we get off. And we'll get right back on. The Deer Park is home to 30 different species of wildlife from 6 of the 7 continents of the world. And there are some red deer going down the hill to your right. You can catch a glimpse of them. It's a free-range, free-roaming park, and many of the wildlife move around throughout the day, depending on what's going on. There to your right are some of the Wapita elk. There's a white one, an all-white one, and another brown one laying in the shade. The all-white one is natural, native to Canada, blends in with its environment up in the Canadian Rockies in the snow. The Wapita elk, Wapita stands for white because of their white rumps and their often white chest plate hairs. They roam throughout North America from Canada all the way down to Mexico. Here's some taking a morning bath in the lake up here. They're just like us. They like to get in the cool water when it gets hot, take a little swim. Through the clearing up here on the right, you may see the Busch family estate. otherwise known as the Big House, built by August Busch Sr. in 1912, and he moved his family out here in 1913. Since then, 4 generations of the Busch family lived in the estate, called Grant's Farm their home. The Busch family loves to entertain. They like the country lifestyle. They like to have a number of guests out here as their friends and so forth. They've had presidents and former movie stars, entertainers, athletes, John Wayne, Frank Sinatra, Harry Truman, Stan Musial, just to name a few. And it was during one of those times when they were entertaining that some of the guests suggested to August Busch Jr. that he open up this place to the public. Well, Gussie Busch thought that was a great idea, and in 1954, he opened up Grant's Farm. And in the past 65 years, we're happy to say that we've been able to entertain 28 million guests here at Grant's Farm. Horns of any cattle breed. And the fuzzy little cattle with the antlers, or horns, I'm sorry, are Scottish Highland cattle from Scotland.
Little deer by the tree. Keeper, make it easy for him. Put his hand above him.
Yeah. Maybe you just look over.
No, it's okay.
It's like fighting hard. He wants to walk next to you. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! There you go.
tap out. I tap out.
Mommy, are we almost there? Mama, Mama.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
The bill that I am presenting to you will be known as a civil rights bill. Its object is to open the city of hope to all people of all races.
You're trying 15 today? Well, the parachute's ready and I'm ready, and I'm not going to miss today.
I think you've made your point, Goldfinger. Thank you for the demonstration.
You are about to participate in a great adventure, which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles! And for the first time since 1946, the St. Louis Cardinals win a World Series.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So the fight is over and Muhammad Ali is still a champion.
Our business is singing, and tonight we're gonna take care of business.
For those who think that the women's liberation movement is a joke, I disabuse you of that notion.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at last!
Ha ha ha!